In my first video, I said I am going to talk about movies, animated shows, games, books, comics, and anything else that exists in the Lion King franchise. And you may wonder, what is the anything else? Didn't we just name every form of a media that could exist? Well, yes, but there is still stuff to talk about. For example, today I will talk about the Lion King attractions, and in a few weeks I am going to talk about the Lion King stage show. I want to talk about everything, even the most obscure of things. So if you think there is a form of media of the Lion King that I have not named yet, make sure to tell me so that in a few months I will document the entire history of the Lion King series, so that all the Lion King fans, hardcore and newcomer, will enjoy, including myself. This is going to be a journey for me and you to learn more about our favorite franchise. So let's continue our journey. Oh, and also I should mention that most of the information of this video comes from the Lion King fandom wiki, so you could say this one is for people who are not in the mood of reading. I do not want my content to be just a video version of an article, but for this one I had no choice because some of these attractions are closed and also I can't go on a world tour for one YouTube video. Restaurant Hakuna Matata. The first Lion King attraction was created in 1992, even before the Lion King was out. And that's because it didn't start as a Lion King related thing. At first it was an African themed restaurant, but when The Lion King, an African themed movie came out, it was the perfect time for a little bit of a change and a rename. The Lion King Celebration. It was a parade held on Main Street, USA at Disneyland. It was designed to tell the story of Simba as if it was a tale that had been told for generations. It featured 6 different floats and a host of audio animatronics, puppetronics, costume characters, and live dancers, all carefully designed to accurately display and portray African artworks, tribal designs, and dances. There were over 75 people involved with each parade. The parade was basically an adaptation of the Can't Wait to Be King and the Circle of Life scenes of the movie. The Lion King Festival. This one is seemingly a smaller version of the Lion King Celebration Parade. Legend of the Lion King at Walt Disney World. It was located in Fantasyland in Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World Resort. It was a stage performance retelling the story of the film using life-size puppets. At first in it we see a few seconds of the Circle of Life scene, and then it starts using puppets and recreates the Everything Delight touches scene. But it shows elements of the Look at the Stars scene as well. Then it becomes a musical. First the Can't Wait to Be King scene, and then the Be Prepared moment is shown. Then it uses both puppets and footage from the movie to tell the stampede part. And then the Hakuna Matata moment, in which, like the movie, Cub Simba turns into adult Simba. Then Can You Feel the Love Tonight, and then again an animation puppet hybrid to recreate the He Lives in You moment. Then it shows footage from the movie to show the final battle, and finally uses puppets to show the final scene of the movie. Circle of Life, an environmental fable. This one is a short film that was shown in theater from 1995 until 2018. It features both animation and live action footage. Timon and Pumbaa are chopping down trees and making a dam to build a village. But Simba tells them that by doing this the animals that live down the river can't have water. Timon says that those animals can come up and live in their village. That is when Simba tells the story of humans. Now it shows live action footage and shows that at first there weren't that many humans and they only took enough from the nature to survive. But then the number of humans increased and they became greedy and took too much from the nature, and that was slowly destroying it. But then they slowly realized it and started to give the nature as much as they take from it to prevent the planet from doom. When Simba finishes his tale, Timon and Pumbaa learned their lessons and destroyed the dam. This short film exists to teach people about the danger that our planet is in and how to save it. Some fans said that the existence of this short proves the existence of humans in The Lion King, but I think it is not canon. Festival of The Lion King. It is a live stage show inspired by the movie. It is located in Disney's Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World and in Hong Kong Disneyland, and it stars Simba, Timon and Pumbaa. The show uses songs, dance, puppetry and visual effects to portray a tribal celebration in an African savanna setting filled with various African animals. It is a traveling celebration presented by Simba and his friends, including a band of 4 singers. The show is in the form of a revue, not a condensed version of either the film or the stage musical. The show features Elton John and Tim Rice's award-winning music from the film. The show differs slightly between the Animal Kingdom and Hong Kong version, but the overall concept is the same. Rafiki's Planet Watch. This one had a train, zoo, gift shop, park, museum, electronic show thingies, basically a little bit of everything. The Legend of the Lion King. It ran from 2004 to 2009 and played at Videopolis Theatre located in Discoveryland, using human actors and featuring popular songs from the film. This Broadway-style show was similar to the musical and the Festival of the Lion King show at Disney's Animal Kingdom Park. The show ran for 13 minutes and had performances in both English and French. The Lion Guard Adventure. The Lion Guard Adventure allowed park guests to track down the 5 main characters of the television show: Hayan, Beshti, Banga, Fuli and Ono, who were represented by colorful statues scattered across the park. Each statue was accompanied by signs that list attributes of their found character and emphasize the circle of life and conservation. Defenders of the Pride Lands. Defenders of the Pride Lands introduced Disney store guests to the Lion Guard by having them participate in a series of tasks, each inspired by a specific member of the Guard. Once all tasks were completed, guests would receive a certificate and a sheet of stickers and were named honorary members of the Lion Guard. The Lion Guard The Exhibit. The Lion Guard The Exhibit is an interactive museum exhibit designed for young children. The exhibit includes a brain-building activities such as navigating a maze, and physical activities such as training in the lair of the Lion Guard. Additionally, guests can take their picture with plastic models of the members of the Lion Guard. The Lion Guard High Tea. As you can guess from the name, it is a Lion Guard themed cafe. Hakuna Matata Time Dance Party. It was primarily a sing-along session where Timon and Rafiki, as well as other Disney characters, got up on stage to lead in the singing of multiple Disney songs, while park guests danced to the music. Rivers of Light, We Are One. It served as a temporary Lion King themed replacement of the night show Rivers of Light, which normally showed at Disney's Animal Kingdom every night. It used light, water and spatial effects to tell a new story about the milestones we all share in our journey through the great circle of life. Tale of the Lion King. This one is another retelling of The Lion King in the form of a musical stage show and acted as a tie-in to the 2019 remake, The Lion King: Rhythm of the Pride Lands. This is also a stage show, but in my opinion this is the best of this list. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the others as well, but this one is my favorite. Because the acting and the singing is slightly better than the rest, and the use of smoke and light is beautiful. This one is probably the most expensive one. It is seemingly an adaptation of the Rhythm of the Pride Lands album, which is basically the vocal music of the original Lion King movie, plus a few extras. It starts with the Circle of Life scene. People dressed as animals dance and Rafiki is on the Pride Rock. Then Mufasa comes, followed by Simba. The scene gets followed by the Can't Wait to Be King scene. Simba sings the song and Nala sings the lines of Zazu because Zazu is not in this one. After that, it's the turn of the Be Prepared moment. The dancers of the previous scenes go away and dancers dressing as the hyenas replace them. At first it is dark, but then green light. While the hyenas are dancing, just like the movie, the stage dances to the song. A giant drum moves, then the hyenas open it and smoke come out of it, and Scar comes out of the smoke and makes an amazing intro. And on this list, it is my favorite Scar design / makeup / costume. After a little bit of singing, Scar goes up to Pride Rock and continues his song. Then more smoke. Sometimes the hyenas hide in the smoke. And then more green lights. And then the stage becomes red and it immediately goes to the stampede scene. Mufasa dies and Scar puts the blame on Simba. Just like the movie, Simba runs away. Now it is time for the Hakuna Matata scene. Simba is depressed and far from home. Timon and Pumbaa see him. At first they are afraid of him, but they still want to cheer him up. So they introduce themselves with their iconic song. The place is dark, but suddenly it becomes colorful and lovely. Just like the movie, Simba becomes an adult in the middle of it. After that, we see a scene that is from the 1997 stage show and not the 1994 movie. An adult Nala is singing and the color of the stage is now black and blue. And it is relaxing and beautiful. After that, it is the turn of the Can You Feel the Love Tonight moment. Now purple and pink is added to the blue. After that, it's completely dark. Only the stars can be seen. That's when we see a musical adaptation of the He Lives in You moment. And it uses the music of the same name of the scene, which you will mostly remember from The Lion King 2. Then the scene becomes red again, and now it's time for the final battle. After a glorious battle, Simba wins and reclaims the throne alongside his queen, Nala. The Lion King and Jungle Festival. It was an event inspired by The Lion King and the Jungle Book that included attractions like Rhythm of the Pride Lands and Hakuna Matata Time Dance Party, Timon's MataDance. It was an interactive show experience in which park guests take a lesson in dancing from Timon, while performers sing Hakuna Matata. It was a part of the Lion King and Jungle Festival. Circle of Flavors Harambe at Night. This one is a nighttime dining experience inspired by the Lion King. So there you have it guys, a brief look at the Lion King attractions. As you have already realized, I wasn't that much into it. Well, except for Realm of the Pride Lands, which was awesome. The rest of them to me looks like novelties that wear off sooner or later. And I think that's why barely anybody talks about them. But I do not dislike them, I still like them and I appreciate their existence. I just don't love them. But there is still one obscure Lion King thing that I haven't talked about, and that is the 1997 stage show, which I believe is big enough to get its own video. But that has to wait for a few weeks. Check out this channel next week when I will talk about the Lion King comics and the other Lion King books. Thanks for watching.